Coast Radio.
Coast Radio.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to another episode of FlipTrax podcast radio here at Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown. I'm your host, Tom Sanfilippo. We do this every other Monday night, God willing. And also in the studio, we have Sally O'Neill. She's
Hello, everyone.
on the board there. And our special guest tonight is Frank Cartledge.
Hello.
Singer-songwriter from the band Hawtree Creek. Originally a Long Islander, but relocated himself up into the woods. He's amongst the... what's the hills and the trees? Or
right.
got a line in there somewhere.
Oh my God, yeah.
Frank and I have been working together on his music for, I don't know, 2-3 years now, maybe even longer.
Yeah, might have been 17 when we started, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And
you mentioned that, I think, the other day, and I didn't realize, it was that long ago.
it's been a while.
Either
Yeah,
way,
we've worked half on your first record. Then the second one was fully between the two of us.
Right.
And then we're just finishing the third release, which is going to be out any day.
Yes, we'll do it right this time. We won't wait 10 months for a picture for the photo.
Yeah, we have to, take our time with the production on these things.
Yeah,
But
right.
At what point do you say, let's get it out?
Right. Well, listen, that second one, right? We let it sit for. We thought it was done, and we went back to it, and we had to make some adjustments that were much needed. So yeah, it always seems to land right when it's done. So,
And what amazes me about your workflow is that you already have predicted your next 3 records.
Oh yeah.
Which is a rare thing for an artist to actually know, like, I'm going to put this one on my 4th release or on my 5th release. I'm lucky to get them to be one release. I just write a song and then record it and say, okay, here's a song. Now what do I do with it? But,
The pandemic was phenomenal, and it's almost like you can, the feeling was there. It's like these belong together, and the 5th album will be much different, where you'll just see they definitely are more unique, where these you would think, I could put these on anyone, but that 5th one's going to definitely
certain
be...
tunes that you write have a connection to other ones that you feel should be part of a piece.
It's almost like I don't know if there's not necessarily a voice talking to me, but when I say it to you, it's almost like I know. It's like no, right? I just no, this doesn't belong here.
Yep.
So I don't know where that comes
from. And sometimes
from.
I'll say to myself, why not put this on the new one right now? It's so good with it, but no, we're going to wait for next one.
That's right. It goes with the next one. Well, there used to come 2 at a time. We always used to be 2 songs at a time. And then the pandemic, I wrote, as you know, like 20,
wrote a lot of
20 songs, or real fast. I mean, not whatever.
It gave you lots to write about, right? To just be in somewhat isolation, seclusion, and writing tunes. And
it was weird. I tell you, it's funny. But my neighbor, I did it to more than, it wasn't just him. And I can't do it. I don't think I could do it now. I would just goof around, and I'll say, I try to avoid this, try to sound like anything else. And they would go, oh, that's good. And I'm like, and they would stay on it. And that's when I wrote those. So I went home and I did that. I'm just going to goof. And I came with you one song a week, right? Every week we did the 3rd album, Time to Find Her.
Yep.
So I said, so whatever that was, I don't know. But I literally, so who knows? I can't explain it. But I'm enjoying it.
So release 3 is pretty much mastered, being released as we speak. Let's play some songs from that.
But this is 2, Miller's.
2.
This is the second, there's only one CD out, this one.
Oh, okay. All
right,
right. So
that's all right. No, I get confused too.
See the confusion of it.
Right,
The second
Working for the Millers.
Because we are right now currently in pre-mixing stages for the 3rd release.
Working for the Millers is right. It's on the website. It's what needs a week to be on Spotify or something. Right. If you go to the website, you'll see it there. You can purchase it there. Or purchase.
Now you have a band name. You have a title amongst the music. It's called Hawtree Creek. Now, how'd that come about?
Well, it's if this first CD explains a little bit in it. We had the original bass player Pete, and then Ian, my son, on the drums. We were playing, then we finally got a gig, but we had no name. And I was burning CDs, Pete Townsend solo CDs for Pete, from Pete and everything. So he's like, empty glass. Oh, we're called Empty Glass, and so we just came up with that name, Empty Glass, and so, but it didn't mean anything.
Chris
And
Park
then-
said, Uncle Frankie.
There you go. Cool. And then I have this bizarre thing where I grew up. I would take Ian to Queens and everything. And say, "Oh, this is where your older brother Tommy played in his 2-car garage, and we'd have everybody out in the street, and he'd be playing." And he's like, "What is it? It's Hawtrey Creek Road." I never wanted to do a road thing. I always hated it. But he's like, "Dad, why don't you call the band Hawtrey Creek?" And I said, "Holy crow, that's it!"
That's
and
a
that
great
was
name.
it. Yeah, and that's where it came from.
So it's an actual road where you're.
It is,
your
yeah,
brother
but
played in.
right. I hate when I don't like that road thing when people.
Well,
do
yeah,
that,
we
so
don't
I
wanna-
took that part off. So,
Yeah.
and but yeah, that's where it came from, and it's funny. Everybody trips through it, but in a way that's I don't know. Someone said, "No, that's good, because you tend to remember it more. You have to stop and think." Instead of it's an easy name, you might just forget it. So
Right.
I wasn't going to change it anyway, but
I like the name.
Yeah,
Never knew
cool.
what was behind it.
yeah, there you go.
So let's play a song off the second release.
Right. Working for the Millers.
That's the name of the record.
Yeah.
Working for the Millers. And,
Yeah. So
what song is this?
this is the opening track. I think we're going to do the first 4 in a row.
What's that called, right?
Beautiful Day.
Beautiful Day.
Beautiful Day.
It's a positive title.
Yeah. I was going to be the name of the album, but I said there's a couple of not so negative songs on there. It's like I can't do it, and then I switched it to Working for the Millers.
Before we do, though,
Yeah.
let's just acknowledge the one shout out we already got for the day. Chris, who?
Who was it?
Chris Park.
Quick Pop. My
Park.
nephew. He is on. Yes, he
And
is.
then
an
Patty
inst-
Park said, Hi, Frank,
Yes.
so proud of you.
Oh, very cool.
see
My
that?
sister. Look at that.
Great.
Far out.
You could also call in and say hello at 516-465-3990. We are in the studio live right now,
All right.
being May 9th.
Yeah.
8:0 time difference delay.
8:10.
Time delay. Okay.
All right. very
Beautiful
cool.
day.
All right.
Here
Here
we
we go. You've been chasing me, and I've been wasted on the Thanks, Thomas.
That was the first time we ever played that together,
I think
right?
so. That's right.
I've just been sitting behind a console recording you
That's
most
right.
of the time.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, you have that memory though, or it takes 2 seconds to look at it. Well, whatever. You always. If you see the write-ups I have on each album of Tom, there's a reason for it. It's amazing, amazing. I come in with these little acoustic things, and what he turns them into is a wonderful thing. So.
Well, I try to find the ideas of what you're doing and add to it and see what you think of it, and hopefully it works. And if it doesn't,
I even got nervous when I remember thinking I have all these songs. I'm thinking that Bob Weir's going to call you up eventually or somebody, and I'm going to lose. I've got to get as much as I can as fast as I can before
no matter
it
what,
disappears.
you always can work remotely anytime, anywhere.
Yeah,
We'll
good.
Make it happen.
All right, should we go right into?
Sure, we can do another one right out of the gate.
No, I have no idea. You're running this show. You let me know. So, what is it? That's right. I can't remember. Garden Wall. Yeah, it's
Tell us
right
a little
in
bit behind this one. What's going on with this song?
Yeah, this is
It's one of my favorites, actually. To
Is
tell you
it?
the truth, I think.
It does go. This was just this one and the next one. Like when I said they come 2 at a time. These were both written at like 3 a.m. where it's just, I'm not going to sleep, am I? I've got to get up and do something. But as far as that, they definitely are not. Oh no, the next one is Marie from Physical Therapy. Just a wonderful, unique child. I would. So, but
So she was the inspiration behind
she's
this.
definitely her. And when I get the new album out, I've got to go. Hopefully, she's still wearing her. I saw her last, and I've got to let her know. Yeah, because it was In Your Eyes, Marie, but it was a mouthful. So.
In Your Eyes.
The next one, I'm just saying, we'll do Garden Wall, which has I don't know where that came from. It just came out the way it did. But Marie, it was In Your Eyes, Marie, and it just was too much. So I just put maybe work better. So anyway, getting ahead of myself, ain't I? Okay. Ready?
Okay, so it's called The Garden Wall.
Garden Wall, or just Garden Wall.
Just
it
Garden
doesn't
Wall.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4. Isn't that the way it goes when you're dreaming? You recall the time we were walking hand in hand, and I kissed you by the wall of the garden. We spent all our time down there. The wall of the garden, we dreamed all our lives down there. Is your love alive? Will you find me waiting for you? Did you take the time to find out all the love you need inside? Isn't that the way it goes when you're searching? You recall the time we set our sights on high, we gazed Yeah, that little lead, right? That little bitty lead.
Yep.
Was like, that's tough. You know, if you're wailing, you can just get away if you're in the key. That damn thing was just like, still, it was all right.
Yeah.
It was all right. Yes, Christopher Park. Hey, Chris. He's just, there's something about, that's my nephew. I just love this kid. He's in California. He's just,
Oh,
I
yeah.
grab his spirit with some, Love Has Found a Way.
Mm-hmm.
I could have said, it's like I sing it as if he's singing it. I use his just wonderful nature. So, even though, you know, you've written a line for me here or there, and he's got a line coming up in the next, I think it's Winding Mountain Highway. I think he's got a line that I took. I had it. Oh, there I go again. There I go again. I had it done, and then we were in California for his wedding, and we were messing around. And he came with the line. I said, I'm going to change it. I'm going to put that line in there that you wrote, just one little line. But
Is he a musician as well, or?
we've got to get, yes, I got to get around. He's got his own stuff. He got a thing, too, where he was just writing a song a day. He had so many, but he's another one. He's got his own unique style. We should get around, whatever. We'll get around to that. I want you to hear some of his stuff.
Yeah.
It's just, he's another very unique stuff.
And your son, you mentioned earlier, he's a big part of the last record, the second record. And,
Yeah.
You know, he's writing his own material now and branching out to do his own thing.
Ian's doing good. Yeah, it just got to that. I mean, he is such a tough piece to not work with. I could sit here and play 50 songs, and he knows every one of them. And so just for him to say, I
And
want
he
to...
plays bass guitar and
Bass,
drums.
he plays, right. And that first album, I don't know, can you see it there? Oh, you can. Look at that. I don't have to do nothing. Should have just left it alone. That first album, he's only 17 on that, and he does all the drums. And then Pete, the bass player, was not very happy. I mean, sorry, Pete. Pete's got that driving bass, good for those heavy songs. And then Ian picked up the bass without I just showed him the basics, what the strings were, and this is a pentatonic scale.
And he picked it up.
Oh boy, he picked it up fast, and I literally took Pete off of 4 songs because he was so melodic.
Yeah.
And so that's Ian on 4 of those. That's the first album. I know we're all over the place. The first album, 2 of the songs they're just acoustic.
Mm-hmm.
So no bass and drums, but the other 8, Ian's on 4, Pete's on 4. So, and just and then when we moved upstate, then no more Pete, and Ian did the rest until.
How long you been up there now?
Oh, it's 4.5 years.
You like it?
Yeah, I do. It's me. It's me. 8.5 acres. That quiet. It doesn't matter.
What area?
The town of Catskill. I always say Catskill. Everybody's like, where in Catskill? The town of Catskill. Even though, right next to Cairo, which is Cairo, which is Cairo. I went up there, and it's like, that's how we know you're out of town. We call it Cairo. So now I call it what they call it, Cairo. But
Spelled
anyway.
Cairo, I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you go to the chiropractor too when you go up there?
Yeah.
You could use that.
I
do.
do. But yeah, all right, it's recorded.
Did you get that, Allie?
I
That's
don't
a
have to
funny
write
one.
that. That's right. That's
My
right.
lovely Allie's a chiropractor.
There you go. That's great. Very good.
Happy birthday to you tomorrow.
Absolutely, get that in there, right? Because
Yeah.
get that. So.
And the woods, the mountains, you know, you have plenty of time to get up there and get creative with stuff. That's does that give you the opportunities to play out there much? Do you do gigs? Do you have anything lined up as far as
Yes.
gigs go?
Yeah, it's happened that you can. At least I've gotten out there. I have a gig the 21st in a place called the Local. They just call it the Local up in Wyndham. So, but there's a whole strip there. The guy who owns the Local owns the Tap House, which is not far away.
Right.
With 2 unique places. Like I'll play mostly originals at the Local, and then when I play the Tap House, it's half and half.
Right.
And
So
then
you
there's
mix up
another
some
place.
covers.
Yeah. So, and it's just the way they are. And the Tap House is funny. You can't take a person at the Local. Everyone, they're eating. It doesn't matter. Everyone just seems to get involved. They just enjoy it. You go to the Tap House, and it's just like, doesn't matter what you play. You just don't take it personal. It's the college
Your
students to
background.
have your background music. I always get like 2 couples here and there that every song they're like, very good. And I was like, but that's it. Focus on them. And then so you have to get used to that, which is fine. And the one thing which is cool is like they don't listen, but when they walk out, they tip me. So I said, that works.
Oh,
So you
that's
must have
nice.
been listening to something.
Right.
You just did not turn
That's
around.
as a
Yeah.
performer, you always got to take that step back and be like, look, just
Right.
because they're not reacting, that doesn't mean they
Right.
don't appreciate it and like it, and that gesture at the end of the
Absolutely.
visit says it all.
Right. And Lindsay's always seems the bartender. She always like goes out of her way. She's very. She doesn't say don't worry about them. I mean, I've played there 4 or 5 times, so, but she's always like, no, that was a great show. She's always, you can see she means it. So, and then I'll play right along that strip, the Chicken Run. I don't know the meaning behind it.
Yeah,
People
the family's
laugh.
eaten at the Chicken Run before. We've been
Oh,
up to Wyndham
did
a
you?
few times. Yeah,
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, it's like damn
great place. Great fried chicken.
I did one of those mud races up there.
Oh well, it's mud season. And
Yeah, we had to like run through obstacle courses. And,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it was, yeah.
Now, what time of year is that happen? Is it like
I think
the
I think it
messy
was
fall
during the
time?
summer. Yeah, it was difficult.
Well, listen, it's mud season, and I don't know. I've been up there 4.5 years, but this is now. All I keep hearing is now it's mud season.
Huh?
Most of the places took
Didn't know it was
2
a
weeks
thing.
off. Yeah, so, and it's just it's a slow time. In between the skiing being done,
Right, right.
and just and most places take 2 weeks off. The whole place was like closed down for 2 weeks. So it's like, and I hang out at most of those places. So.
Now,
They're back.
being from Long Island, do you ever come back here to do any shows or
I haven't.
think to do anything like that?
I see you.
Get the old crowd together or whatever?
No, I have not. I'm right now doing the thing where I just people, local people in town in East Meadow that I went to high school with or played
Right.
on sports with. So I'm finally calling them up because I see you Thursday afternoon, and whenever we finish up, and then I usually go play Beery's open mic. I mean, I'm almost there every.
There's a
every
good convenient
Thursday.
spot to go to before you drive back.
Yes, yes.
Stop
so.
at Beery's and then swerve between the lines.
No,
Frank
I go
doesn't
there.
drink. That's just a joke, Yeah, I commend you to go to Mr. Beery's and not be a drinker.
Yes.
Surprised you're allowed in there.
I've learned all that. They're great there. They don't know
Oh,
it
yeah.
gives me nothing. Otherwise, I know all the tricks. I can have something in my hand that looks like a drink.
just nurse it
It's
for
just
an
the
hour.
people that want to buy me a drink, and then they just
Yeah.
say
yeah,
seltzer. Like,
people
"What?
give
You
like
just want a
wine as
seltzer?"
gifts all the time. They have no idea. You know, it's funny.
Oh, you don't drink either, and then they give you
No,
one?
and like yeah,
Right.
so
Oh, so the holidays, I was like, oh, I'll get her a nice bottle of something.
Yeah.
Now I know better.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people are, people that they're people
they mean well.
Yeah.
that saying, "Oh, I don't trust anybody who doesn't drink or do anything," and I'm like, there are people out there like that. They really just think I'm weird. That I'm not. Well, right now I'm not doing anything. But
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Live vicariously
the
through the
drink-
others.
Yeah. Well, I had my son too. I got custody of my son, and I said before I get in trouble, because I did get away. I've just never got in trouble with anything, but I should have. Boy,
Yeah.
I've taken some chances, and so I got out before I, did any jail time.
We can save that for another episode.
That's right. I was going to say we're digressing a little bit here.
Yeah.
So.
That's funny.
Yeah, let me just not this beautiful guitar almost never goes
Yes,
out,
that is a
but
beautiful
It is a little
Martin.
warm in here. Yeah, see that?
Sally's been hearing me complaining about this guitar for a year now. I'm always envious of someone else's beautiful guitars,
Oh, you've got a few. You just maybe don't have a few
I've got a
acoustics.
few,
Yeah. Yeah, half your guitars are on my records. Yeah, your casino. Your,
Yes, you do
right,
use
that's right.
some of my
And
instruments when you're over at the studio for sure.
And then they.
And then I inspired you to buy a guitar.
Oh yeah.
I'm a guitar collector occasionally, Sally. I spend money I don't have on.
What's like an expensive what's a guitar that you would buy expense wise? Like I don't even know how much they are. Like
cost wise, like what they would cost.
yeah, like guitars I bought for like my kid taking lessons in elementary school. It was like $150. You know,
Yeah.
like what's like a good guitar?
Well, I mean, you can get a good beginner guitar for that still. I would think like $200 maybe for a little
Yeah.
Squire or an Epiphone or something cheap. But for a guy who does it for a living and the
Yeah.
instruments they look for and it's
It's going to make a
Google
difference.
and Google over, probably the minimum about 1,000.
Yeah. Okay.
Anywhere up
And you
to like
let,
5, 6,000. I've spent 6,000 on a guitar.
But it like really makes a difference.
Well, they can.
Yeah,
A lot of it's the hardware, right? Like it stays in tune.
yeah.
That to me. That's
Sometimes
right?
it's
That's a
just the
big-
name. I mean, because
Right.
it's a Martin, you're paying more for that guitar. But I'm
Right.
not saying it's not a good instrument, but some of the names are reputable enough where they can just gouge you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gibson is notorious for that. All their guitars are expensive.
But they're worth it.
Yeah, of course.
Good.
You know, and you got to find the right one. I don't know. I guess I adapt to guitars very easily. I'm not too finicky, so I've actually purchased instruments off the internet and being like, if it comes like crap, I'll just sell it.
Like resell it.
Yeah. So I've been lucky. Every guitar I've purchased over
Do
the
you buy
internet.
new ones or used ones?
No, I go for vintage, old stuff.
Yeah, almost.
They
But you
feel
can
better.
tell with my son, I did the drum set was just a used in a. Just I didn't spend much for it at all, and then once he got good, and then I spent the money, and spent more money on the damn cymbals than the actual drums, and the same thing with the bass. I always had that acoustic bass kicking around, and then once he got good, he got the SG. So, so
and then
that's
it's
it
like,
too.
just different flavors. You're like, oh, I like this one. I like ice cream, and there's all these
Yeah.
flavors, Try this one now, try that
Yeah.
one.
This thing rings. It makes the glasses ring. This one, I love this. I went for this. I went looking for a Takamine. What do you call it? Takamine or Takamine? I don't know.
Tomato. I think it's Takamine or Takamine.
I think it's Takamine. Yeah, I don't know. But
I've gone through 2 or 3 of these.
I went looking for that
kind
and
of guitar.
then left with this. I think Sam Asher's the only one who had those.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I picked this up, I think you remember doing that. You thought I was gonna right. I was definitely. It's like, oh, I had one when they first came out.
Yeah.
And then now years have gone by, and people who love them. But if you pick this up after that, it's hard to let this go.
That's how it is.
It's hard to
know
like
what
go
they is.
back
Like
to.
it feels so much better and it makes you play better. Some guitars make you play differently. Like that's why, like with the Grateful Dead tribute thing, if you don't buy the exact stuff they used, you're not really getting that whole sense of channeling the tone and the sound.
That makes sense, right?
And so you find in that field there was a lot of custom made stuff. So you're not going to just go into a Sam Ash and buy a Jerry guitar.
That's
you have
right.
to find a guy who builds a Jerry guitar.
And that's what
And
you
that's
did.
why they cost so much money, because there's only like these handmade guitars out there, so.
Like a Kill Bill sword or something.
Yes, it's like the
Yes.
sword.
Oh, okay. Oh, the
Remember
song. Oh,
the-
I love those. That's a good series. Yeah, I liked them. Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
That could have segued into Shizuko, but
No, we got Marie. We got In Your Eyes.
yeah, we'll do another song.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Let me get a little water here.
Ah. And let's not forget, Sally, after the guitars, there's amps. You got to get different amps.
Oh yeah.
And then different pedals on
This
the
is
floor.
true.
And,
Yeah.
oh, it's endless.
Oh, it's endless. Is right.
Could be spending money on worse things.
I agree. No, that's a great investment, and it's but the only thing that goes maybe up in value, right?
Yeah.
As soon as you buy a brand new car, it ain't worth what you paid for
Right.
it immediately. So
Yeah, guitars go up in value.
that's it.
Especially the older ones.
Yeah. Hey, Pat. That's my sister.
Ah.
I don't know
out
if
to
I
the
had said
sisters.
hello to her yet, so I'll make it official.
So tell us about this next one. This is the In Your Eyes
Oh,
Marie.
this is Marie. Yes. This is just.
Patty
Marie,
asked,
just
"What
you.
about Ovation?"
I have one. It's people. It's that round back that
Mm-hmm.
people. But I think it's another one like this thing. This is powerful. So I
Yeah.
think with the Ovation, that round back, it's got.
They're
some,
not too good for guys with extra pounds because it's like it slides off your belly.
and either way, even if you don't, it slides off. Yeah, I
Okay.
got this was getting
So
repaired.
it's a skinny man problem too, I guess.
Right, this was getting repaired for like a month, and I broke out the Ovation. So
They do have a unique tone though because of that rounded back and it's made of fiberglass. So it's
Yeah.
just a different sounding guitar.
And I heard, I just heard they reinvented the guitar. It was, I don't know any much more than that, but it was to me it's supposedly a very big step in.
I like
music.
their 12 strings I think better only because
Right.
it had a more unique brighter sound to it than
Yeah,
a Dreadnought.
and I ended up getting one of those too. Yeah, for a very good price because someone tuned. You can't tune it wrong. The 12 string, because then the strings touch. See, like this, like I can twist this way and then do the other one this way and have it.
I've
come
had
up-
nightmares, physical, like real
Yeah.
nightmares about tuning a 12 string,
But-
and never getting it right because it just
But,
it is
okay.
really a very sensitive thing to tune a 12 string.
Right. But if you this here, I could have this come up and then have the other one come over and it'll work. And I'll be like turning this to tighten it, but this one I have to go this way. But on a 12 string, if you do that, they touch. So someone thought they were burning me because they tuned it that way and they touched and it didn't sound right. And I'm like, this is something off with this. Then I saw what it was. So they just wanted to get rid of it. So I said, guess what? I know what's wrong with it and I ain't telling you. So I got a phenomenal deal. Went home, did it the right way, and I got a beautiful 12-string.
There you
So, In Your Eyes, Marie, maybe. Just can't help it. All my life I waited. Seemed so selfish to think you'd feel the same way. Thought I'd seen it in your eyes, maybe. Thought I'd seen it in your eyes, maybe, when you smile, when you smile. My thoughts keep drawing right back where I left you. Can't help adoring just everything you're wearing when I'm with you. It feels just like home to me. Hate to leave you. It's right here I want to stay. Thought you'd seen it in my eyes, maybe. Thought you'd seen it in my eyes, maybe, when you smile, when you smile. Mountain high from a lullaby, saw you standing there. Sunlight found your golden long brown hair. Yesterday I waved goodbye, did not seem to care. In my mind your smile is always there. In my mind your smile is always there. Just can't help it. All my life I waited. Seemed so selfish. Think you'd feel the same way. Thought I'd seen it in your eyes, maybe. Thought I'd seen it in your eyes, maybe, when you smile, when you smile.
Nice.
Very nice.
When you smile.
When you
It's nice when you smile.
This year's Irish. No, Irish. When you smile. You're a lovely thing you are.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
So you did say you have a gig coming up, right? I know we talked about venues and whatnot, but do you have a date you want to plug?
What's the date? It's March, April. It's May 21st at the local up in Wyndham. If you happen
May
to be
21st.
150 miles from here.
Hey, you know, this
Basically.
is like a worldwide show here. You know,
Okay.
There could be people in Lower Mongolia watching this.
Oh,
One.
wow. Well, I don't have a show there, but up
Not
a little
this
closer.
month.
Now that
Well,
seems,
now you stream
now that
the
seems
show.
close. Now 150 miles seems close.
There might be somebody watching that'll say, "Hey, I live
Yeah.
in Kingston. I'll take a little road trip."
they're locked in up there, but they're very nice because I got my face everywhere. So and then this Albert Carey, he played with like Leslie West. There's a lot of people up. Like you, you're so modest, you know. I mean, like Radio City at 18, you know. And I never even knew that. I had to look that up, you know. But same thing with Albert. He's just this awesome guy and everything. And he gave me a CD and. Goes, yeah, that's Steve Winwood tune. I said, that's a good version. He goes, yeah, Steve called me up. I said, huh? You know what I mean? It's like you would never just wonderful. But they know they're locked in up there. So they're like, Frank, come with us. When we take a break, you go up, you get out there.
Well,
and
that's good to have somebody who's like on the inside that's going to give you some opportunities,
yeah,
right?
because they saw me and we all get along. And then to see, it's like, you know, you see me play or I go to the open mics and everybody, but it's just like, it's just so hard to get in. So that's what's happening. I finally, the one place, when the guy Q up there, he set up the gig, he literally gave me 4 get here. You got a Thursday for the next 4 months. And then the chicken run, Kathy over there, she was like, okay, Frank, you got your foot in the door. Once you get your foot in the door, you'll be a regular. So that's right. So July, I'll get over there.
Good.
And so, yeah. So
And they have
it's
the
at-
outdoor space in that place, the
That's-
Chicken Run, right?
Oh,
There's a
see
band.
that?
There's a stage back there, and they have fire
but-
pits.
And I've been in there so time, but I guess it's always been the winter because when I was there Saturday seeing this other group, they were saying, "Oh, you'll be out on the stage," and I was like, "Oh, I didn't know." I said, "I thought there was this room and that room."
There's a nice
So-
stage back there.
Oh,
Still
it's-
winter there.
Yes, you'll be playing
It's
in
like
January.
winter in like
January,
mid-July or summer in mid-July.
Right. So yeah. So it's coming along, and now at least I know all the places, and I've talked to everyone. And
Then
I've
you should get into the ski resorts too, playing like the.
I thought we were going to literally have a residency there. One of the, I don't know who he was. I can't say. I'm not even going to guess, and I can't remember his name. But we played in the cold. It was, and Ian was working right near the higher grounds where the ski resort, right down the road from that. And some guy just asking, do you know, I'm looking for like a guitar player or maybe a 2-piece.
Wow.
And he's like, well, me and my dad play. And we played, and I didn't realize there was like these balconies, 5 stories, and we were on the bottom one, and it was a private party and everything. But didn't know up top there. It's like, you guys want to play here? You can play here every Saturday. And so I was like, oh, we got it. And just one, you know, but he never called. I was like, here's the CD, here's my number. So we thought that. So some things that haven't come through.
Show up Saturday.
Yeah, just be like,
Yeah.
we have the gig. Like, do a George Costanza on them. Like, the one
Yeah.
I got the job.
I mean, we just show up.
Where's
We
my
show up.
office?
There was nobody there, but you said we had the gig and we played, so pay us.
We'd like to hire you, of course.
Right. Yeah, so, but yeah, so I have a lot out there now. And Graz, who played up in Woodstock, and I'm like, how did you end up here? You're in my neck of the woods. I went, I said it was easy to go see you. You're only 20 minutes away from me.
Oh, wow.
And then he goes, I just put out, it's like anything else. You just put out a couple of 100 emails and you're going to get a few gigs no matter where they are. So I said, I
Yeah,
gotta
if you're
do
willing to take
more
the
of
road
it.
trip and get exposed to a different audience and stuff, it's
Right,
worth it, you know?
that's, yeah. So, well, we'll see what happens. Maybe you get the studio going, and me, you, and Phil. We
Yeah.
can do a little something at Beery's, you know, right?
Yes.
Don't want to commit to anything, but
You know, there's guys for hire. You
Yeah,
know, like, interchangeable musicians. You show them the stuff, you give
Right.
them incentives, and they do it. You know,
That's
that's how it
it.
is these days. Like, whenever I do an original show now, I don't have a band. It's just guys that I know that want to learn the stuff. They know they're going to make some money that night.
There
and
you
have
go.
some fun. You know,
yeah, that's it. I got to, you know.
it would be nice to have guys on board that are just always going to be there to do it. But then, who's got
Right.
the time at this point?
Yeah, that's it too. And I tell you, I mean, sometimes down at Beery's on Thursday nights, it's just the musicians. It's like there's 20 people here, but they're all musicians. So, I mean,
Well,
who knows,
open mics are always like that. The
Yeah.
majority of the crowd is the people like on the side tuning
Yeah.
out, like waiting to go on, or
Yeah,
they
yeah.
just got off and they want to get a drink at the bar. You know,
Well, the late, it's been getting those late crowds. That's why everyone's waiting. It's like, no, I don't want to go on yet. I know there's a spot there, Mike. Find somebody else. And so, I think it's the mud season.
he's
around
got a good long-standing open mic there, at Mr. Beery's. For
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Who hosts it? Is it Mike Longo?
It's Mike, yeah, and then when he don't make it, Graz fills in for him. So
Right.
so it's a little back and forth sometimes. Yeah, Mikey's good. He doesn't go up that much, and when he does,
Yeah, he's another modest guy. You never know what he's capable of when you're hanging with him and talking to him. I only see him like ships that pass in the night when I'm doing my show, and then when I'm done, he's setting up his show.
Right. Yeah, he
I'm
is
leaving
another
usually.
Mike. Yeah,
But
absolutely.
this Friday coming up, I'll be there. Doing my open mic night and my open tom night.
Yeah,
I
open
do my
tom
open
night.
time
Cool,
night.
cool.
And then
That's what we call it. So.
Then Tiger Rose will be playing there right after me on Friday.
Oh, that's this Friday?
Yep. So I got a double
Okay.
header there at Mr.
Right.
Beery's this Friday night.
Right.
A little self proclaimed plug there.
Yeah, sure, man. That's it. That's the way to do it.
Yep.
You've done this before, haven't you?
Yeah, you know.
Well, you played. It was right. I used to be like, I have 14 gigs in the next 12 days. I mean, so when you get rolling sometimes, yeah. you
This is
get
the season.
going.
Yep, things are starting to
so,
pick up,
yeah, so that's what.
which is great.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
really great.
it's better than 2 years ago where it was just nothing was happening. But now here we are.
Right, absolutely. Oh,
Nice
no.
weather's coming. The outdoor shows, the festivals.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. And Jones Beach, I think, they're gonna do stuff this summer.
Yeah, they are. We
The
Half Step
show?
has a show there,
Yeah,
the
okay.
band shell in August, which
You're there?
yeah, not at the
Right.
theater obviously, but they have the band
Right,
shell off
yes,
to the
yes, I
side,
was-
which we've played a few
sure.
times.
I love those shows.
Oh, it's great.
I was going to say.
Just
those
bring
are
your bug
great.
spray.
Oh, it's okay.
Nah.
Well,
Sometimes
once the
it's-
sun goes down, it's
sometimes
okay.
it's
Is it like that
windy.
on stage? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's windy enough. You don't really get bugs.
You get those green flies, and they're really mean. Yep. There was a gig last summer. I remember because, you know, those types of shows my family will go to. My mom and my dad, and my
Right.
aunt and my uncle, and they bring the lawn chairs and they set up early to get
Yeah,
there
we love
early.
that.
And I just remember everybody being like gnats or like these little, you know, chigger bugs or whatever. They're just like.
Oh, yeah.
And then as soon as the sun goes down, the wind picks up. It's like they're gone.
Yeah, they're gone.
You know.
Yeah, I'm usually end up on the boardwalk. I mean, I've done both, but the boardwalk is still even fun because it backs up that much. You get the chairs and it's great over there.
Yeah, this is the first year back from COVID.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good.
And I don't
Yeah,
think they
make
have a
visit.
full schedule. It might just be a few days, or at least the promoters that we book through, they have a few dates. There might be some other people involved. I don't know.
And that Eisenhower Park gig, that was just a unique gig last year.
Yeah, I don't
Twice.
know. We did it twice last season, which was like unheard of to have the one gig and then have a month later they decided to have another gig with us, which was cool. But
And a phenomenal turnout.
yeah,
Oh.
that was a good turnout. Well, free
Yeah.
shows are usually great turnouts.
Yeah.
The free county park shows are always a good time that way.
Right.
But yeah, I haven't heard boo about that, and unfortunately, we probably wouldn't be able to do it at this point. You know, the summer's been booked up. So
Oh, was that it? They already did it? I mean, yeah, I don't know who's on the schedule, but I mean, they just mix it up, I guess.
any tribute band of your liking, usually.
Yeah, because I thought you had them all there last year, right? You had the
Yeah.
Allman Brothers cover
Yeah,
and
Fleetwood Mac,
you and
Petty,
Fleetwood Mac, right?
Stones, Zeppelin, they're
Right,
all there.
right,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right. They're all out there.
That's what I think they should do to the Nassau Coliseum. Let's just make like a tribute band concert hall, and go to see the shows you used to go see as a kid there. But they'd be just
Yeah.
tribute bands doing it now.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be wild. Yeah.
Go to see the
I think get Billy Joel too.
Allman Brothers, and
Yeah.
of course they'll be, the Dead will be there. You know, you have
And
all
then
these-
you would do good because they were there 4 nights and a shot.
Right.
That's right. If you want to really
Yep.
reproduce it.
I'm actually celebrating an anniversary. Tonight would be my second night ever. I saw the Dead May 6th, 1981 at the Coliseum for the first
wow.
time, and then they had to break everything down and set it up for a hockey playoff game.
Oh,
And then they had to set it all back, so there was a day or two in between before
my
they
goodness, that's
they
right.
played again. So I remember being the
Yeah.
6th and the 9th, the two shows.
Wow. Holy crow. Wow, you remember that, huh?
And I wish I would have remembered it when we played Mulcahy's the other night, because I could have thought
Just-
a little bit more of like, what did they play that night? Maybe we'll do
Oh,
it.
right. Can you find anything? If you wanted to go back and say, I want to reproduce that.
Well,
thing?
yeah, of course. That
Yeah,
actual
okay.
show was released commercially by the Grateful Dead. It's Dick's Picks 13.
Oh, sure. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got the number, right.
So I know the number of it, and
Yeah.
unbelievable show.
Okay, cool.
Changed my life You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be here talking about all this music stuff and Grateful Dead stuff.
It was, because it was just a great time. It's just like when you just, even on the break, it's just like everyone's hanging out. Everyone was just, and then, not that, they wanted everyone to be smoking cigarettes, but everyone was just chill and doing whatever they were doing, and it just was all over.
Before they hit it with the Touch of Grey hit,
yeah,
it was still like America's best kept secret.
Yeah.
The mainstream didn't care less about them. You know?
Yeah.
It was easier to get tickets.
Yeah, it was just fun, and you could actually sneak in to show stuff that can never do today. So
So like you as a kid listening to music and having your heroes. I mean, what was the music that was inspiring you as a young musician?
I probably saw more Jethro Tull shows than anyone.
Oh,
Yeah,
love Jethro Tull.
Yeah, so he's the only one that no, I probably still saw more Dead shows.
Yeah.
But I saw saw Jethro Tull at least 8 or 9 times.
Yeah, one of my
right
first shows
Yeah.
ever was Jethro Tull at the Coliseum, and that'd be 82 maybe.
Just a yeah.
It was the original 4-piece band, and they were all wearing the leotards, and they definitely
just a great show every time.
Yeah.
I just really loved the heck. Yeah, I'm back listening. I'm just putting albums on again. I love Elvis Costello, his first 3 albums. Not that the rest, I do get lost, and when they get like Imperial Bedroom is supposed to be this big thing, and any of those albums do nothing for me. It's like I don't know. They're all slow songs. I like that rock and raucous one, or Van Morrison's Astral Weeks. I used to put it on every few years to say, okay, I'm just not getting this. It's just not doing this. I've heard teenagers talk about Astral Weeks. It's 50 years old now, whatever it is, something crazy. And they're like, okay, kid, I hear you, man. I was around a long time ago.
Some of those artists came out with these albums that like jumped the shark, so to speak. Like,
yeah.
Like I remember when Neil Young came out with the Trans album.
Oh God, I do too.
And it was just like, what is he doing?
Yeah, I never even listened. I probably didn't get far.
He's not going to recover from this, and then of course he did.
He did. Yeah.
He did.
Right.
Or ELP with that Island album.
I don't know.
Paradise Island or something. I forget the name of it, but it was like, what are you guys doing? And then,
yeah. Trying to be fresh or new or break the new or keep up. It's either keep up or... Well, remember when the Dead Shakedown Street? It's like, wait a minute, that's disco, man. Right? We were like, hey, you're dancing.
It certainly
it's a dance
felt
band.
more disco when you heard it on the record and all, but when they played it live, it was disco what?
Yeah. But I remember that going on. It's like, well, that's going on. They're squeaking it in there a little
Saturday
bit.
Night Fever soundtrack was ruling the world.
That's right. And just as a side note, 76th and Central Park West, where my my sister-in-law still lives there. My brother Tom passed away. But if you look out his window, the window right across is that apartment scene. They shut his whole block down to do that. And it's like, that's the apartment where he has that little encounter. I don't even remember the whole scene now.
What movie we talking about?
Saturday Night Fever.
Saturday Night Fever.
Saturday Night Fever, yeah. That's it. So that's the one they used. Just second, third floor, right across.
Well, I just know like the first intro when he's walking down the street. That's like right where my grandparents lived.
Really?
In Bay Ridge. That was like Bay Boulevard, I think.
Okay.
And the pizzeria, he ducks in to get the slice.
There was another thing there, the Triple Inn right across from Studio 54. My brother Tommy was a commercial photographer. He just worked in the studio, but he had that bartending job. And it was awesome because the guys at the door wanted burgers. It's like, no problem, burgers. We're getting in tonight, aren't we? And he used to go into that all the time.
Where's Studio 54?
Right across the street. It's Studio 53. It's gone now. The old Triple Inn, OLE, old Triple Inn. And in the Freddie Prinze movie, that's where Freddie Prinze started. So, but they filmed there. He does something where he runs out the door. I don't even know if they do much inside, but he did like start there. But that's in that movie, which I haven't even seen. Yeah, the little things. I can get into that too. Alex Stevens was the president of the Stuntmen's Club way back then, and it was great. He used to drive. He drove the French Connection when they drove the car off the bridge. That's him driving with a whole scuba gear because the scene called for the car to be totally
Completely
submerged.
sunk.
So it wasn't like, so we had to wait till it was fully submerged, and anything you put in the East River, you have to take out. So that was it. So he went in.
That's not what I heard.
It went in. Yeah, right. Well,
There's a
in
lot
the
of
movie.
stuff down there that's never coming back up.
Yeah.
To be more specific, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, that was the deal. So yeah, but it was great because eventually you hung out with him. He's like, you went to his apartment and he showed you his clip. This is me doing this.
And who was it originally? Gene Hackman? I forget. Was it James
yeah,
Caan? Who was the
right.
guy?
I think it was Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman.
Yeah, well, whoever was driving, I don't know.
I don't
that
remember.
Is he
part.
still alive, Gene Hackman?
I don't know.
I don't think so. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Last I've ever heard him doing anything was the Birdcage.
Yeah.
In my mind, that's the last thing I've seen him in.
I'm usually
I was
shocked.
living in Poseidon Adventure, you know.
Oh
He was
yeah.
the Reverend. Hanging
those
from
are
the
great.
turning that thing in the end. And,
This is just-
and you always knew he could have saved himself, but he didn't. That's what irked me about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, right? Yeah, the good guy. That's
Yeah,
yeah,
the good guy.
the morally correct guy. So
Let's do another song.
what we got?
Frank. What do we
Chizuko. Chizuko. I went to Japan. My brother Tommy, Okiko, Japanese, and if you went to, which was easy to remember, Miyagi from Karate Kid. They were up north in the town of Miyagi.
Okay, wax on, wax off.
Yes, wax on, wax off. And the one, oh man, there's a great story with that. But when you went up there, they don't. It's Okiko with her family. No one's speaking English, and she, they did. There was a time had gone every 2 years, so it was not like far apart. But you hadn't seen him in a while, so they were just catching up. So he'd be sitting there like, I don't understand a word you're saying. So he's like, Frank, you're going to go to Japan? I'm like, absolutely.
Well, you're going to translate?
Yeah, well, it's somebody to talk to.
Just someone else to talk to.
But the other thing, which was so cool, up north there, they haven't seen a white American. So you got a taste of what it was like. It's like I said it. It was like this is what must have been what the Beatles felt like. Anyway, we walked past a schoolyard. 100 kids coming screaming towards us, towards the gate,
They
just
must
to
be
see
rock
us.
stars.
It was just they just hadn't seen it. So everywhere, so we just walk in the street, and anyone who saw it would be like, "Wow!" And that's what it was like. I said, "Wow, this must be what it's like." We couldn't go anywhere without being, just because of that, and it was really cool for a little while, really cool. But then if you go to Tokyo, you just get your New York attitude out because they're just like New York. They just run you over. It's like, oh, totally different. So, but anyway, Chizuko was a friend of Okiko's, and she had so many friends. So we hung out with all different kinds of people, but just befriended her, and she sent me a little souvenir when I got home. This little pottery. There was a lot of pottery family. We went up in the mountains, and there was all these family. I bought a bunch of things. But I don't know if it was her family, this cute little, I still have it. I actually was going to take a picture of it and put it on the Miller's album. I didn't do it. So I can still put it on the website, though.
Yes, you could.
But just from that, I got your souvenir I just took that and made up a whole song. Even the last verse, when, like I do, I'll have a song and right, I have all these songs that I say they're written. There's verses here that are gonna
we've had songs that were in the
right.
mixing phases, and then we'd re-sing a verse.
Right,
you know, so.
and then the Chizuko song. I literally wrote that whole second verse. 20 years later, so it's way old. So it's just like okay. So anyway, let's do that one.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Oh, cheers.
Sorry, Martin. Martine.
Yeah, it's personalized now. Gotta swallow my water. I got your souvenir in the mail today, and it come from oh so far away. See me jumping happy outside the thunder clapping. Girl, how you rockin' oh my soul. And it come from oh so far away. I go to sleep, you're up and on your way. Though we're Yeah, that's fun. The studio versions, Tom, you did awesome stuff on that.
Walking bass.
Yeah,
how it
all
all
those
went.
sound effects and
Yes,
yeah, very good, very good.
Had
The good raw acoustic versions are nice, and they're both good. They're both
Yeah.
good. But
So give Frank's music a listen. He's on Spotify, right?
Right.
On the Hawtree Creek. Say that 10 times.
that's why I got the CD
Yeah. See
there.
that?
So
Hawtree Creek?
because
Yeah.
everyone there.
Look that up.
.com,
Look that up
Hawtree-
on iTunes, Spotify, and all the
Right,
other
it's,
streaming things there. And
Yeah.
the newest one, Working for the Millers, will be out.
I think you can
Within a week.
You can go. It's on the website. You could, purchase
Okay.
a song or a CD. It's just not on Spotify yet.
All right.
That's
and
it.
it's hawtreecreek.com.
.com.
When does it come on Spotify?
What's that?
When does it come on Spotify?
Well, who I have doing it for me, Alana Wildshoe, will be back on the 12th.
Okay.
She's in Memphis right now, so I think it'll be shortly after that. I don't know how long that takes. I'm guessing within a week. So, yeah. But, yeah, soon. Coming to your neighborhood soon.
Very cool. Do we have one more to send us off with?
Oh, I don't know. What should we do? You want to do? Could do one of the new ones.
Well,
You may not know. One that
I
you
would kinda
know. Right, yeah, that's right. Yeah. What's You want to do Waiting? Because that's just three. See?
Sure.
That's the whole thing, and then just that little D, C, G in the middle.
I just learned it. Here we go.
You,
I know.
We had-
But once you start playing it,
She'll be catching a ride in time. I have to let her go to reach a higher star. I'm there for you, Is it a crime not to find pretend. Cool, man.
That's coming ahead. The next,
Yeah, that's what I
the
mean.
next
Those are the
release.
new ones.
The new ones.
That's-
Don't be looking
that's
for that
what-
anytime soon. We
That's
still
what I
got to
mean.
produce those
I
and make
play them, and
happen.
they're like, "Oh, I like that. Is that on this album?" I was like, "No, the fourth album, the fourth one." So,
Well, Frank, thanks for
Thank
coming in
you.
tonight.
you're very welcome.
The
This
hour
was-
flew, didn't it?
It sure did. It
Usually
was
always
awesome.
flies when we're on a roll.
Yeah,
You know,
it was great. Thank you.
yeah.
Get it out there. So
Do come back and say hi to us once again on the show when you have something else to release. You know?
yeah, it'll be here before you know it. You know.
Yeah, I'll know before anybody else. I'll know.
All right, that's.
Okay, once again, thanks again. We'll see you not this next Monday, but the following Monday, and have yourselves a good old time until then. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Thank you.